Hi everyone, it's Sue Plumb here to share a scrapbooking process video with you. Now the layout I am sharing with you today is actually a part of the Cut to You second birthday celebration. For those of you who don't know, Cut to You is a business belonging to my dear friend Gwen, and this month we are celebrating her second year in business with a month-long celebration. So there's been a YouTube hop happening with a number of amazing creatives who have already shared videos, and I was thrilled when Gwen asked me to be part of this bunch. If you've missed any of the videos, don't worry, I'm going to put a link down below so where you can start the hop so you can go through and you can watch and see what everyone has shared so far. Now I'm going to dive right into the layout here. I'll give you a bit more info later, and I will post links to absolutely everything I am talking about down below so you can check them all out. So my page here, I decided to use my cut files in a bit of a different way today. So rather than just backing them with pattern paper or even just cutting them with white cardstock and putting them into my layers, I wanted to use them a bit differently. So I thought I might start off by using it as a stencil. So you can see that rainbow cut file that I have used there. I actually cut it twice. So I cut one to use as my stencil and then one that I'm going to use soon on my page. So I just tacked it down lightly onto my page using a little bit of washi tape, and then I used my gelatos just to scribble some colour through in the rainbow and in the sun there. And then I went back with a baby wipe and just blended the colour out on my cardstock. No, I didn't use gesso, I didn't use matte medium, I didn't prime my page with anything, because I find with gelatos, because you're not making it overly wet, you really don't need to put anything down on the cardstock first. So yes, I blended it out with a baby wipe. Now, the biggest tip I can give you when it comes to blending out your gelatos with a baby wipe is when you are switching between colours, always make sure you move to a clean spot on the baby wipe. Don't keep rubbing it with the same spot that you've used, because all you are going to do is make mud. Now you can see I wanted the colours to stay separate there and remain vibrant, so that was the point of me moving and making sure I was using a clean spot on the baby wipe for each separate colour. Now, once I had the gelato down on the page, I just went in. That was just some black ink there, and I just used a fine brush just to add a bit of splatter over the page and grunge it up and make it a bit Sue style. As you can see in the photo there, I did pull the black in because my daughter's wearing a black t-shirt in that photo. Just a quick little bit of background on my daughter. She's quite the social activist, my daughter. She has the biggest heart. She is the champion of the underdog, and she is very passionate about everything human rights. So you can see her there with the rainbow flag, and she's actually wearing a Rainbow Hub t-shirt, which is an organisation run by a friend of ours who support gay and lesbian international students. And I will actually put a link to Rainbow Hub below as well, so you can check out their work too. So with my photo, I just wanted to add one simple layer of pattern paper for my mat. Usually I would use multiple layers, but I just used that single rainbow print paper from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I also added in a paper doily and a little bit of frayed gauze, and I just stapled all those layers together so that I could move them around easily. So then I came back to my rainbow cut file again. Now this was the second one I cut because the first one, of course, was dirty from being used as a stencil. And you can see there that I'm actually colouring it in black. Now for people that often cut files or have perhaps tried to cut files with black cardstock, you will know that black cardstock, it doesn't quite behave as well as white cardstock in the silhouette. And rather than messing around with settings or having to figure out the best way to cut it or have it tear or anything like that, I just simply cut it on white cardstock and then go back and colour it in with a Sharpie. I find this much easier than going through the trauma of trying to actually cut black cardstock. And I think that's probably the biggest tip I can give you there. So once I'd coloured it in black, I just used my fine line bottle, which has got Scotch tacky glue in it, and just tacked the file down onto the page where I wanted it. And then I'm going to stick my photo mat down where my photo is going to go. So just a quick bit of information about the file that I am using there. That rainbow cut file is actually part of one of Gwen's exclusive kits. So she creates kits, page kits, where you get a file, you get PDF instructions, you get close-up photos, and you get everything you need to be able to recreate one of Gwen's pages. I had to get the kit because I had to have that file. I think that is the cutest file. So besides the rainbow file that I'm using, which I'll link down below for you, I'm actually using a set called Make Waves, and I am using that for my page title. So you can see that I coloured that black with the Sharpie as well, as I said, rather than going through the trauma of cutting black cardstock. Now, when I looked at my page, it did look, even though there was colour in the middle of it, it did look quite stark in the corners, and I really wanted to add some extra colour. So I just went back with my gelatos and added a bit of abstract sort of scribble up in the top left corner and along the bottom edge there. And then I did the same technique again by blending it out with a baby wipe. Now I was coming back to my title, as you can see it there, Make Waves, which I then coloured in black with the Sharpie, and I also used some wave shapes from the same set, which I've coloured in black. Now, I thought this title of Make Waves, traditionally people may use this title with, pictures from the beach or whatever, but as I said, my daughter is quite the social activist, and I thought this was perfect for this photo of her with the flag. Now, once I'd coloured those in black and I stuck them down on the page, I actually looked at the title there, and you'll see me do it, and it just, again, looked a little bit stark. I wanted to add a little bit of extra colour to it. So I grabbed one of my gelatos and I actually ended up putting some colour inside the title. Now, in hindsight, I probably would have cut that cut file twice and done the same thing that I did with the rainbow and used it as a stencil, but I didn't, so I just winged it. Now, here I'm using some, just some die cut ephemera pieces from Cocoa Vanilla Studio from the Happiness collection to embellish around my photo. Now, a little bit of information for you. If you don't have a cutting machine, you do not need a cutting machine to work with Gwen's files, because Gwen actually offers a custom cut service where she can cut them in her studio and ship them to you regardless of where you are in the world. She ships worldwide. So if you have no cutting machine, never fear. Gwen will cut any of these cut files for you and ship them to your door. Now, the good news is that this month there is 20% off. So I actually have a code. You can use the code Celebrate Sue, and I will put that down below. But you can use that 20% off code for anything in the store. That includes Gwen's digital files, it includes her custom cuts, it includes her kits, everything. So get on it before the end of the month if you want to grab anything from her store. Now, getting back to my layout there, as I said, I was using the die cut ephemera from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I was just popping some flowers around my photo, a little tab, a couple of little banner pieces, and I've also got a butterfly there. Now, one thing I actually did do after I finished this video, I looked at my page and I actually did add a couple more butterflies, just little Cocoa Vanilla Studio butterfly stickers, because I really wasn't happy with only having one on the page. That's the OCD in me. There's got to be 3, so I did add 2 more butterfly stickers. Now, if you're wondering what I did in the corners there, that bit of scribble, I just used a Stabilo all pencil just to add a little bit of random scribble over the top of that blue and purple gelato there, just to add extra interest to the page. And then I decided that my page was not grungy enough, so I had to go back in with another couple of inks. So I just used a bit of pink and a bit of yellow just to add some extra colour to the page. Now, for everything that I have been talking about today, there will be links down below, so make sure you check them out. I will link you to the start of the hop, and I will pop close-ups there for you to have a look too. Thanks for watching. Bye.